What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I will be reviewing yet another beer from the Other Half Brewing Company, and they're out of both Brooklyn and Rochester, New York, and this is their Florets. So this is an IPA that comes in at 6.6% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 1 month old. So apparently this is a single IPA version of their Broccoli, which is a double IPA. That one comes in at 7.9% alcohol by volume. This is 6.6, so 1.3% lower. And it's using the same hop bill, which is Simcoe, Mosaic, Hallertau Blanc, and Cascade. And they're also using the hops in a different way, according to Untappd, whatever that means. But yeah, so one thing I do want to mention is that a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Jeff, aka No Jinx, he drank this one recently. He said it had virtually no taste. Now, some other Untappd friends have had this one, and a lot of them didn't comment on like what they were tasting or whatever, but most of the scores were pretty much in line with what the overall score on Untappd was, which I think was like low 4, maybe like 4.1 or something. But yeah, Jeff was saying that it had virtually no taste. He was hoping it was an off can. I'm also hoping it was an off can. It's a bummer. I sent him a can of this, and you know, it might have been off, maybe the batch, who knows. But hopefully that's not the case for me, but I guess we'll see. So giving this a pour here. And yeah, let's check it out. So I really like Broccoli. I have never reviewed Broccoli, but I've had it numerous times. But I did review the cream of Broccoli, which is their Broccoli with the whole oat cream treatment. And it was really tasty as well. The regular Broccoli is like a 4.5 out of 5. It's damn delicious beer. So yeah, that pours out this really milky, we'll say golden orange color. Has about 1.5 fingers to 2 fingers of this fluffy, bright white head. Yeah, it looks nice. It looks like a beautiful New England style IPA. Let's get a nose. So yeah, I can see kind of what Jeff is saying. I'm getting like a generic malt sweetness to this one. If I'm really stretching, there's like this herbaceous, almost dankness to it. Slightly sweet citrus note. Yeah, honestly, wow. It doesn't smell bad or anything. It's just I'm not smelling much. Generic malt sweetness, a little bit of like herbaceous dankness, grassiness. But not a lot of fruit character or anything. Yeah, so let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. All right, so I kind of see what Jeff's saying about this one. This is not very bombastic or bold or vibrant, but I do enjoy it. It's tasty. I'm not getting a lot of distinct characteristics in the taste, but it's not bad. First off, body on this one, lower side of medium to medium, 6.6%, might be a touch thin. The mouthfeel isn't as just luscious and pillowy as so many of the Other Half beers are. Again, I drink a lot of double IPAs from Other Half, so to get like a single IPA that's in like the 6.5 range, I don't drink a lot of them. So this one doesn't have such an amazing mouthfeel, but it's nice. It's soft, it's smooth, not really creamy. Maybe a little bit more carbonation than I'm typically accustomed to when it comes to their beers. Body and mouthfeel are fine for a 6.6% beer. The taste, up front, there's a generic malt sweetness, almost like, yeah, it's just like a generic malt sweetness. Pass through the palate, more citrus, like a little bit of a ruby red grapefruit, orange peel, like zesty citrus fruits. Midway through the palate, there's this slightly creamy, almost like honeydew melon type of thing going on. Honeydew melon, we'll say, in like papaya. Very subtle though. Underlying is this herbaceous dankness, this almost grassy, just, I don't want to say vegetal, but somewhat vegetal kind of quality to it. The finishes to the sweeter side. Slight dryness as well. No real bitterness to speak of, maybe a very mild bitterness. This is what I'll say about this one. Super crushable, super easy to drink, but it might be the least flavorful Other Half beer that I've ever had. Now, I'm not saying that because Jeff just said it was virtually tasteless. I always give you guys my honest opinion when I'm drinking a beer, whether it's good or it's bad. And everybody out there who watches my channel has been following for quite a long time, I love Other Half. Okay, you can call me another half fanboy, whatever the case may be. They are my favorite brewery. They produce so many good beers. Sure, a lot of them taste similar. A lot of people out there be like, their IPAs taste similar, and I kind of get it. But they just do a great job with the styles they brew. And I'll be the first to tell you that this is underwhelming to my palate from what I expect from them. For beer in general, it's pretty good. From Other Half, it's on the lower end of what I typically expect from them. So I'll take one more sip and then rate it. Yeah, it's still good. I still enjoy it. It's very easy to drink. And I think I like the switch up in body and mouthfeel, a bit thinner and a bit more effervescent, like carbonation, but also not as soft, smooth, and creamy. It's just a different kind of take from them. But I'll be honest with you when saying this is not one of my favorite Other Half beers, probably one of my least favorite Other Half beers I drank in the last 6 months. So Florets from Other Half, I'm going to give this a low 3.75 out of 5. I'm going to go 3.65 out of 5. That's where I think this one lands. Might be one. It's definitely in the top 3 or so of Other Half beers that I've had as far as low ratings. I haven't rated a lot of their beers like sub 3.75, and this is, I said a low 3.75. On Untappd, this will get a 3.75 from me, but this is, right between 3.5 and 3.75, 3.65 out of 5. I don't remember what Jeff gave it. I want to say it was like a 3.5, maybe a little bit lower, but I totally get what you're saying, Jeff. And yeah, I'm kind of surprised by this one. To me, this has very slight nuances of what broccoli is, with that big citrus and the slightly creamy kind of like papaya honeydew melon. But it does not approach broccoli. Broccoli is a 4.5 out of 5. The cream of broccoli, I think I gave it like a 3 or 4.3 or 4.35. This is a 3.65. This is a far cry from those two beers. So yeah, not my favorite when it comes to Other Half, but it's not a bad beer. It's just a disappointing beer is the best way to describe it. So price on this one was $18 a 4-pack. I'd never pay $4.50 a can for this ever again. I might want to try it again if another batch gets released, just to see maybe this is an off batch. Maybe not. Like I said, I saw a lot of people on my Untappd friends, like 6 to 8 of my Untappd friends have it from this batch, and they said, most of it was like 4 to 4.25. So maybe I got an off 4-pack of this because I bought a 4-pack of this. Maybe it's just our palates. I have no idea. Whatever the case may be, this is one of the most least impactful Other Half beers when it comes to flavor and availability. I always talk about Other Half on my channel. Usually brewery only, but they're getting mobile can releases out to bigger cities in Western New York, or in New York in general, but also Western New York, Buffalo, Rochester, Albany, so on and so forth. So if you live in one of the bigger cities and you have an awesome bottle shop close to you, then you probably have seen Other Half or can get Other Half at some point. So yeah, anyway, if you've had this one before, and this is where I always say, if you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. No, truly, if you have had this one before, let me know what you think about it, because it's pretty disappointing. And I don't really say that about Other Half too often, but this is disappointing. So let me know what you think about it if you've had it, because I'd be curious to hear other people outside of Jeff and myself, because we, bought the same 4-pack, or I sent him a can from the 4-pack that I bought. So if anybody else has had this one, let me know, because I'm curious. Now I'm very curious to know what other people think about it who watch the channel. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. 6.6%. No real, booze to speak of. It's a 6.5, 6.6% IPA that kind of drinks like it. So anyway, take it easy. To the next one. Cheers.